talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. I took a big swing out of life. I'm doing big things in my life. I deserve 6 rings like a Mike. I've got no sleep. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion from flow seats. I'm a whole king. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. So let's parachute where the air's nice. And let's risk it all on the paradise. But she just wanna make sure her hair's nice. That's fair, right? I just fell in love with a prima donna. The 2023 Madonna. I mean, your honor, I was minding my business until she gave me complete nirvana. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a magnum opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Watson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Now a first down carry for Harris, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 15 now. Tua, pass complete. George Pickens with it. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. so that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football, all right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Browns sit 6-3 on the year, and they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Here's Watson on the sneak. And he is going to have a Browns first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw, Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They go up the middle with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Watson now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On play action, here's Tua. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for a score.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down per minute and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Returnable for Grant. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
4th down coming. Hey, 24.
Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That's returnable now for Smith. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Here we go.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Yellow, blue.
Up the middle, Nwangu. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Blue striker.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Red. Ball red. Drop it. 6.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 9, Tua steps away to his left. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Tua going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle. That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. Lets it fly for Thielen. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Watson. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way. Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Meanwhile, Tua's throw into the hands of Pickens. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Right, 97.
On first down, they'll run to Nwangu. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Tua. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long.
Yellow. Black shot. Black ultra.
Tua sets up to pass it. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Browns drive about to get started. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Watson. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now a give, running left is Harris. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Striker, 3-3.
They'll run again with Harris. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
This one fielded at the 5.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Watson being chased out left. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. The tight end in motion right. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
From the red zone now, Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll send the tight end in motion left.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now Watson. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
And what do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it and give them a more genuine reason to cheer down the road.
Following the penalty, Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
3rd and goal from the 6. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Harris. Their defense forced the turnover on downs, and they've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Go. Red.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 95 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Green back. Right through.
Again, it's Harris. And this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On 1st down, Watson. Running one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Boy, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, Nate.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Black. No, 52. Blue striker.
From midfield, here's Tua. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here comes Grant on the return. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Completes to Njoku. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Pass complete to Chubb. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Set, ready.
And they take a knee.
Set, hunt. Ready.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels, they take the ball away, they change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Pittsburgh, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to turn things